Expected parents to show up with questions and concerns. I thought the police would have done more, but nothing happened.
Welcome to the very first Friday the 13th series. This is Prodigy X, and I'm here to bring you guys all the info on what we know so far. So what is Friday the 13th the game? Well, before we answer this question, let's go back to the time where it all started.
Troy, did you hear something?
Relax, babe. Probably just Steve trying to scare us.
The Friday the 13th is a classic horror slasher series that focuses on one of the most iconic killers known as Jason Voorhees. In the first Friday the 13th movie, the killer was originally Jason's mother, Pamela Voorhees, taking revenge on the counselors at Camp Crystal Lake for not watching Jason since he drowned during his time at the camp. Decades later, Camp Crystal Lake is rumored to be cursed and is the setting for a series of mass murders. From Friday the 13th Part 2 to Freddy vs. Jason, he has become the ultimate killing machine and clearly the iconic killer in the horror genre. So back to that question, what is Friday the 13th the game? Well, you better best believe it. We get to play as Jason in a 1v7 setup in Camp Crystal Lake, and you can also play as a counselor trying to survive the night against Jason. Gun Media is a publisher of interactive entertainment comprised of industry veterans. These guys teamed up with the icons of horror to create the ultimate slasher game. They started the idea with Summer Camp Volume 1, and their idea was to bring a slasher horror game that is pretty much based on the classic 80s slasher film. The trailer for Summer Camp Volume 1 gave me this nostalgia feeling, seeing the old school VHS look. I seriously became a fan of this game instantly. Even though there weren't any gameplay, from what I was seeing, they were creating something that I have been dreaming about for a very long time. And that is playing a killer and hunting down players in a slasher killer environment. Within the time they were making this game, they received the best news they couldn't possibly imagine, and that's getting the license for Friday the 13th. Film director and creator of Friday the 13th, Sean S. Cunningham, gave the license to Gun Media, and now they're working with each other along with Kane Hodder, who is known for playing Jasons in multiple Friday the 13th films. They also have Tom Savini, who's an award-winning special makeup effects icon, and composer Harry Manfredini. He is responsible for the original Friday the 13th score and soundtrack. During the Friday the 13th PAX South panel, a ton of information was dropped, along with some footages of their motion capturing with Kane Hodder slaughtering the counselor in many different ways. I really enjoy listening to Gun Media's passion about slasher films and how they were just such big fans of the horror genre and how they would make sure the game will fulfill horror fanatics' expectations. Since they got the license during the making of Summer Camp Volume 1, they realized it's a big deal, and because of that, they needed more support, and that's how the Kickstarter idea was brought up. The Kickstarter ran for about 30 days, and it included a bunch of perks or tiers such as a signed physical copy, digital content, exclusive, launch parties, or actually be in the game. Since the Kickstarter ran for only 30 days, it was a small window for anyone that could not help fund the project in time. Because of that reason, they have created the Slasher Backer, which is basically another great way to help them build the game at its max. We are talking all kinds of stretch goals, from creating more maps, characters, multiple death animations, and in-game Twitch support, and many more. The Slasher Backer allows you to choose feature items such as physical and digital copies, soundtracks, collector's editions, DLC packs, and art books. The biggest challenge is not screwing this up. Too many times we've seen gaming and movie franchises jump the shark or take a beloved character and throw them through the mud. We're working on a game that demands a lot of heart and tension, but we're giving players the control to create those scenarios. That's a lot of balancing, that's a lot of testing, and that's a lot of immersion and depth. The biggest challenge is that we do it right and that we deliver a title that lives up to its expectation of all fans.
Oh, I'm gonna die. There's almost no way I'm gonna survive this.
So Gun Media has been uploading videos on their YouTube channel giving you an inside look, or rather sneak peek, in Friday the 13th the game. This is the closest gameplay we have so far, but far from the looks of it since this is the only pre-alpha. Listening to their communication and the player reacting to Jason approaching him is freaking awesome.
I'm running.
Do you have a weapon?
No, I have nothing. I have a flare. I have a flare.
Shoot in his face.
How do I use it?
Now, I'm sure you guys are curious about the gameplay overall, right? Well, here's what we know so far. Friday the 13th, the game is a third-person 1v7 survival horror. One player plays as Jason, and the other 7 plays as the teenage counselors in Camp Crystal Lake. When it comes to Jason, he is the ultimate killing machine. So if you ever see Jason up close in person, your chances of survival is slim to none. We still do not know if he spawns with a weapon or if he has to find them on the map. However, Jason can kill you with a melee attack, he can grab you and instantly kill you with his special executions. He can also drag you to a specific location to bait the other counselors or simply creating the ultimate death. Jason has powers or abilities to find counselors. He can trigger fear on the counselors, which can make them create noises for an easy find. The counselor's job is to survive the night against Jason. Since there are different types of counselors, they all have special abilities that outrank each other in stats. The type of counselors Gun Meteor has mentioned is the athletic girl, the nerd guy, the jock, the girl next door, the preppy guy, and the edgy guy. This may not be their final titles, but we can definitely see where they're going with this. The abilities they all have in common is swinging a weapon, running, hiding, and driving a vehicle. The counselors has a fear system that triggers when Jason is around. Some counselors can handle their fear better than others, and this is where the balancing of the character plays in. Fear can be controlled by staying under the lights instead of running into the darkness. Finding weapons, grouping up, and hiding will keep your fear meter at a low level. The nerd guy can fix the car faster than anyone else, while the other counselors can use their abilities to find parts for it. The jock is able to slow down Jason with his strength using weapons. The athletic girl can most likely outrun Jason, and the girl next door can control her fear better than others. When using stamina, you have to remember that you only have so much stamina juice, and it will start depleting if you're running too much. In this video, you can see the counselor running and making noises, which will alert Jason, and if he catches up, your fear will trigger, you fumble, and you will get killed. Calling the police is a great way to escape Camp Crystal Lake. You have to first fix the phone. The phone will spawn at random locations every match. It takes time to fix the phone, and that is a risky situation, so teamwork plays out really well here. This looks like a good play for the nerd to fix the phone while the jock or the athletic girl distracts Jason. The clock shows up counting down for the police to arrive. Spawns will be in groups of 2 or 3 depending on the characters you're playing. There is a chance that you will spawn on your own, so keep that in mind. As soon as you spawn, you want to start looking for weapons and engine parts for protection and fixing the car or the boat. So that's about it, guys. So far, this is what we know about Friday the 13th, the game, and I am beyond excited to see their next update. For the next episode, I will talk about the game mechanics and my very own wish list for the game. Keep in mind, guys, that the slasher backer is up, and it is a great way to support this game and to make it even bigger. I will have a direct link under the video for you guys to check out the slasher backer and any other source that caters to this game. And on my Twitch channel, I will have a panel just for the slasher backer to help support this game. Until next time, stay out of the woods, as you may never know when Jason arrives.